All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of Last Minute Rundown. I'm Deviant Dario.
I'm Infinite One.
All right, and just really quick, talk about the previous fight, Obi-Wan versus Kakashi. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of happy he won because that would have been silly.
Well, you wanted him to win anyway, even though you picked Kakashi to win.
Yeah. Well, I was just being realistic of what whatever information we had at first, because what really matters, I'm surprised I didn't question this, and you brought it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Chakra has a limit, being an interior force, and
Spiritual
the force,
energy.
yeah, and the force is exterior, and it's basically unlimited in comparison to how chakra works.
It's all around you. It's not specified by one person.
Yeah, they don't say the force is a great ally for nothing. Oh. Damn, sliced him in half too. That was one heck of a finale.
I would like to also mention that you are 0-1 in predictions.
Give it time, I'll win.
Yeah. Anyway,
I know. All right, so we got that out of the way. I do want to talk about let's talk about Danny first. Danny freaking Phantom.
All right, there's one curse we can chalk out. All right. So, the half-human, half-ghost boy, age 14, is basically a result of his parents' experiment not being turned on.
That's one way to put it.
Well, they didn't flip the switch, so they're stupid.
Yeah. Well, someone has to be stupid in that show for something good to happen.
True.
So,
going over Danny's abilities, Ghost Sense can sense nearby ghosts, can float, hover, fly, same boat. Intangibility and invisibility. He has paranormal strength, speed, agility, and durability. Overshadow and possession.
That's right, which he has shown a lot before. He pretty much has fun with that ability a lot.
Yeah, he takes over a decent amount of people, whether they,
either just for fun or just try to get by the situation. And yeah,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, and then you got the freaking ghost rays, those freaking basically was it electroplasmic energy blasts.
Yeah, rays of energy. It can be basically a beam or a repulsor field. It can also empower his strikes as well.
Yeah. And actually, at some point later on, you can even use it even in human form.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I mean, it's mentioned in the Danny Phantom movie, Rainstorm, that he can fire off the ghost ray without having to be a ghost.
Interesting. So.
And they can go from different various power levels, from like a high powerful white green to either a low level for like lightning, basically just to light up dark areas so he can see. But he has full control of how strong it would be.
He can also, let's say, spectral manipulation can change the shape of his body into intangible shapes and holes and shapes. He made a large hole mouth, apparently. Sword passed through his body. He was unharmed by it. So I guess he can, if he's aware of the situation at hand, he can make objects go through his body without getting hurt.
Yeah, obviously he has to see it coming, otherwise it will pierce. It will hurt him. Yeah. That being said, he can also use it to duplicate his body in multiple forms, other than just shape-shifting. He can just be in multiple places to make it look like he's in multiple places at once.
The duplication, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he worked on doing that too. Like at first, he wasn't able to do it. He would make like an extra eye or an extra arm.
Yeah.
And then when he had this ectoskeleton on, he was able to do it. But then I think it was like 2 episodes later, they said he was able to do it by himself and make a complete doppelganger.
True. Oh, wait, that's right. But it didn't really work as well because at first he kind of messed it up and actually just grew extra limbs instead of...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God, really that's weird. Right. I remember that episode. That was weird.
What else? Energy shield. He can block rebound attacks.
Yeah, that's right. So Danny already has one heck of an arsenal just from basic stuff alone. I can only imagine what else they'll add to it. And let's see.
We're not even done going over his like skills yet either.
Yeah, no. Let's see.
He has the chronokinesis, right?
Chrono? You mean the cryo?
Cryokinesis.
Cryokinesis. Ice powers, basically.
I'm illiterate, so. That's they say that's why he always shivers. Like with the because it's an extension of his power.
Oh, okay, yeah. Rather than a separate one altogether.
And it's not just ice; it's fire and ice. Apparently.
Yeah. So he has some minor elemental control to some degree.
I think he was taught to him by frostbite. If I'm not.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's see. The ghost creature frostbite match teach him how to handle this ability. Okay.
Yeah, he can also shoot the beams from his eyes.
Mm.
Just not from his hands, from his eyes.
Okay, so even if he had his whole body restrained for some reason, he'd just just blink out of the situation.
Pretty much. Let's see here. I think his last power he can also teleportation. Even though if he can't do it that well, I don't know if he'll.
If he even needs to, granted, he can just ghost himself enough to be completely
intangible.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We've mentioned that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. We'll get more into that later when we talk to Jake, when we go over, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So also Danny's ace move, apparently, the ghostly whale.
That's right.
It does take up a lot of his energy, but it damages ghosts a lot and damages a lot of tangible matter.
All right. Okay, excluding that it can attack ghosts, it at least can do some vicious damage. Yeah. I'm
thinking back to the movie where it was the adult Danny fused with Vlad. He used the ghostly whale and knocked out the ghost shield generators.
True, but they had to combine together, right?
No, it was just him. Like
okay.
It was just the villain in general. It wasn't Danny and the villain. It was just the villain.
I have to watch that one.
Even though he was paired with Vlad at the time, I'm just saying the extent of how powerful the ghostly whale can be. And I'm sure Danny's made him more powerful after learning how to use it as well.
True. Maybe a teenager, but he's no slouch. He knows how to work his abilities.
He learned. He went through the struggles of learning how to use his abilities,
and adapted pretty well.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he can breathe. He can breathe underwater.
Yeah. Well, he's a ghost. He doesn't even have to breathe.
No, I know, but
No, yeah. Of course. That being said, this guy could take a battle to. Probably know he could take a battle to space if he really tried.
It's not true. Anyway,
I have to check if that was ever done. I'm surprised I can't think of an episode where that would have happened.
Questions for later.
Yeah. All right.
By the time, I'm just gonna go with the rest of. He's 16 by the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
His top speed is 112 miles an hour. He yeeted a dragon, basically.
That's right.
he yeeted a ghost dragon.
So it's already confirmed that he can hold up against another dragon, another powerful dragon.
And we don't know the difference between a ghost dragon and a real dragon. It's
besides the obvious that the ghost dragon can use other ghost powers, but we don't. Yes. But we'll see what Jake Long can bring to this fight, because. Let's go straight to him now, because we've pretty much gone through everything with Danny.
I'm just going to go over his disadvantages real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Blood Blossoms is probably the main thing here. It's like a natural ghost shield. They mentioned in the 1600s, it's like a ghost trap. Can really hurt ghosts, make them weak.
True.
And, but to humans, they're completely harmless and can be eaten as like a snack.
Yeah.
I think Danny's dad put them on a sandwich and ate them. I can't remember correctly, but
well, that being said, I can't imagine Jake Long finding about that type of information because that's very.
Yeah.
I mean, you are right. It is one of his weaknesses, but it is a bit of a nitpick into the situation. I don't know how.
It would probably be like a Superman versus Goku thing where the kryptonite was there and it was hurting Superman, and Goku noticed it.
Yeah, even then, I feel like that scene there was just there to point out that one flaw of Goku. He wants the fight to be fair.
Yeah.
That means
and then anti-ghost weapons, but I don't see that coming into play.
Yeah, no. I mean, granted, Jake Long's gonna need all the MacGuffins in the world just because. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a weapon and outside help, and I don't unless he has something special on his dragon person, which I doubt. But
Yeah, no.
All right.
Anything else to add on, Danny?
Not right now. You can get started on Jake if you like. I'm just gonna read it over.
All right, 1 second. All right, so
I'm sorry if I'm running over you, by the way.
It's all good. All right, so Jake. Honestly, there wasn't a lot we could find this guy. We really nitpicked whatever information we could. Cause, let's see, the show itself lasted about like 2 seasons, and pretty straightforward. And when it comes to his fights, he gets a lot of outside help. So trying to narrow it down to what he can do by himself in a situation was very complicated. I mean, what can he do? He basically can transform from human to dragon. Has be able to use fire-based element powers, like breathe fire. Dragon strength, and that's right. So we were unsure exactly how strong he was. I had one information say he could lift up to 1 to 2 tons, which is really not much. And then you found something, right?
Yeah, I found that his particular in the show particularly, he was a class 25 late strength, which means I guess 25 tons can be lifted. Like he can lift 25 tons.
All right,
max. But I don't know if that reaches Jake because I tried to look for somewhere to watch it. I'm sure it's on like Crunchyroll or something. I was just too lazy beforehand to go see because it was a last minute remembrance.
Yeah.
But it might be on Crunchyroll. I can't remember any feats of Jake that he was lifting over 25 tons. I know he lifted a troll and other magical creatures at once.
A troll.
But I don't know how heavy they were.
You should have ate the troll. No, yeah, but yeah, it's still a little iffy on his character. But what else do we have? That's right. Eye and ear of the dragon. Here's something interesting. He's able to see and hear from far distances, but granted, basically he has very, very good hearing and good sight. But we don't know if he can use that to even spot a ghost, because there was
we do.
No. He can't. He can see a ghost if he allows himself to be seen. But if a ghost makes himself completely intangible, like invisible, he had no way of finding him. He had to wait for the ghost to actually to come back into a more noticeable form and able to continue the fight.
Season 2, episode 19, 16 minutes, 30 seconds in.
Really?
Yeah, that's what you found. Remember that?
Which one?
That was season 2 of Jake Long. Remember with the ghosts? We went to go see if he could fight them, and he couldn't see them at all.
No, yeah, okay, no. I thought you were saying there was another episode where he could see them. But yeah, when we watched it, the scene, the episode that you just said, literally, if you watch it, he's fighting a pirate ghost, and he's locked arms, and then he just turns invisible. He panics for a sec. He's like, oh, where'd he go? I don't know where he went. He had to wait for him to come back just to fight him again. And then he couldn't even beat them until he brought basically a MacGuffin just to end the whole episode. It was, what was it?
It was a trophy.
Yeah, it was a soccer trophy, which was, I guess, their version of the Holy Grail, which basically took care of the ghost.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. It was basically the ending of the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my god, you're right.
I mean, they're both Disney.
I hate when you're right.
So it's not they have to try. They repeat the same story every now and then.
I know.
All right, no more crapping on Disney. But that being said, let's see what else.
We love you. We love you, Disney.
We love you, but try harder.
Okay.
Jake can fly at a rate of 178 miles per hour, which is pretty good, and can at least keep up his distance through combat, and can avoid attacks pretty well. So he can be quite durable, and he is very maneuverable when it comes to a fight.
He's faster than Danny. Let's just point that out now.
Yes, he is fast.
Like 50-something miles per hour.
All right.
I have his speed here somewhere, I think.
All right.
If not, then people can do the math between 112 and 178.
Yeah, in that comparison, it's definitely going to be one small advantage for Jake Long, at least so far from what we could find. Like I said, Jake Long did not have much. There is not a lot in American Dragon. I didn't even know it existed till this.
the night that we found out, like Sunday night when we got this information, when I was messaging you when I got home, I stayed up till 3 a.m. searching for Jake Long, and I could not find much.
I remember you telling me that. My God,
so
you were pissed. You were like, "Who is this guy?"
No, I knew who he was. I knew what he could do. I was just looking for extra research because I already knew Danny pretty well.
Yeah, same. I love Danny.
Oh
that was one of the best shows. Between that and Fairly Odd Parents, great writing. All right, but back to this. But yeah, really not much on Jake Long. Hopefully Death Battle will give us more information, and hopefully they did better research than us. I would imagine they're good at this. But yeah,
their job.
But as far as we could tell, let the train pass. As far as we can tell, Danny Phantom pretty much got this in the bag. But until further,
I'm just gonna go over a few more things about Jake, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
We already covered the Super Senses. He broke through steel and solid concrete with his teeth and claws.
Okay.
Like you said, fire breath.
Fire. I think there was. Let me double check. I think he has some knowledge of ice, of cryo magic, some sort of ice breath.
I think he does too. I didn't want to include that because I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah.
He has physical enhancement, spell casting. I don't know if he knows any particular spells in general. He can also create doppelgangers. It says here that he cares for Rose more than his own life, which is implied. Which, you know, he cares, but he's not willing. It implies he's willing to throw his life away, which is nice.
Yeah.
His dragon armor, enhanced armor scales. He can generate heat of his own body.
Like you would expect from a dragon. Very, very durable in every sense that they can make.
Yes. He may have trouble moving his wings, it was said. Like, even without the wind, it's like hard for him to maneuver his wings, they said.
That's right. That's always that little thing. With most flying creatures, they can't handle high winds. That's always usually a weakness with them. All right.
He also has his fire resistance, his cold resistance, his enhanced agility, which is emphasized in the 178. I think you said he flew from New York to Greenland and back in one night.
Yes. Yeah, all in one night. So probably like a good 6-7 hours.
Yeah. His weaknesses, which there's really only 3 that can really affect him, because I don't think Sphinx Hair and Magic are gonna matter in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, depending what ghost powers are compared to as magic, but even then, that's I feel like that's kind of pushing it without more information.
Exactly. The underbelly of the dragon, which I think is most common. The underbelly is the soft spot.
Yeah, that's right. So he really does have. He basically has a couple basic physical spots where he can get hit. What was it? It was behind the ear, right?
Yeah, that was the next point. I can't stress this enough. Behind the left ear could be a fatal strike to a dragon.
Ugh.
I don't know where they got that from, but it's just hilarious to think about.
I feel like that was something not even dragon related. I feel like that was something Jake Long in general, and then it just kind of carried over. I wouldn't be surprised because I did thought that was weird.
Yeah. And then, like we said, wind.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel that if Danny just gets a few shots in at one of the wings or so, he can already screw up his speed alone and his maneuverability, but assuming he can land that hit.
Exactly, because he's so fast.
Yeah, because Danny does have the power. He does have basically he is capable of hitting him. It's just, can he actually hit him in that one shot?
Yeah. Also, Jake is very resourceful when it comes to battle.
That's true. He does have some experience, but I feel like Danny has more experience. Yeah.
Given the people that he's fought in the past. Let's Skulker, Walker, Amber, himself, his future self, rather. Technus, I think that's his name.
All right.
You know, his.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I don't know the character, but that character, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jake has, the Hunt's Clan and the Dark Dragon, which, we tried to look for something on that, and both times Danny beat him and fought it. Like, both times that I saw Danny beat him and fought him, he had help from Rose, and he had help from another dragon.
All right.
So,
granted, they were going against a very powerful dragon. I mean,
understandable.
There's really not much.
I think, and I'm just some side notes for Jake, because I really couldn't find anything else. He tends to be stubborn and careless, which leads to bite him in the end. Quote, unquote. He looks for shortcuts.
I feel like both are going to be just as equally arrogant, though, because that's the point, because they're both teens and they got these powers, and they're going to think like that regardless. They're going to think that they're hot, and it's going to be it's going to be the downfall for somebody. All right, let's see, what else are we missing here? I think that's really it, because there really was not much on Jake.
There really wasn't. I was, you know how pissed I was.
Yeah. All right.
I stayed up to 3 a.m. and I woke up at 7. I was so pissed.
I can only imagine how much more they're going to get than us.
Yeah, I know. Just, as a side note, Danny, his overshadow.
Yeah.
His eyes and voice change, but the form stays the same. People can resist it if he's knocked out of it, or they can resist it just by sheer willpower. Danny can also resisted possession himself multiple times.
That's true. That's right.
But then again, like I said,
I can't see Jake Long using any powers like that to begin with, so it wouldn't really make much of a difference.
Unless the magic he has does that, which I don't know what magic spellcasting he knows.
It would have to be like a mind control based kind of thing, because I can't see him projecting his soul, whatever, to possess another being.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's what's killing me about
it. Unless there was an episode we missed that had that. We really tried.
Yeah, we could have searched for the show, but I'm not gonna. I don't have the time to binge watch.
I just went by preferences off of whatever sites I can go by, and said, okay, this based off of this episode, and this based off of basically how we found the stuff with the ghost that he fought. But even then, that was literally it. That was the only really useful thing for this battle. Like
a 2-minute thing, and about it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking around and seeing if there's any much. Both of them, they take too much damage. They revert back to their human forms.
Yeah. Oh, so that's another thing. So who will be revert back to their human form first? I feel like would be a big factor in this.
I feel like Danny might go back to his human form first.
Yeah.
Just because Jake is so durable.
But he's not completely vulnerable, though, to my understanding. Because, like I said, Danny, even in human form, can use some of his ghost powers.
That's what I was just about to say, because I feel... Thank you for bringing that up. Because I was going to say, I think the way I think this fight ends, Danny takes too much damage, reverts back to human. Jake comes to Danny, goes back into his human.
Gets all cocky.
Danny steps up, uses the beams, and kills him.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I really want to imagine if Danny could possess the American Dragon. Is he powerful enough to actually just control him like that? I feel like that would be an interesting effect on the battle.
I feel like he would be able to for a certain amount of time.
Maybe in his human form he could try to, if he could revert back to his human form and catch and try to possess him during then. Maybe, because as a dragon it'd probably be near impossible, because as a dragon you're basically you're magical. You're basically a magical force. So I imagine you'll also have some magical defense to something like possession. But force in human form, you ain't gonna do jack. And plus, can he do anything in his human form that he could do in his dragon form?
Yes, he can. He can generate parts of his body from dragon form, like when he's doing the ear of the dragon, his ear turns into a dragon ear. Okay. He uses his tail for sneak attacks. Yeah. And he also used his tail to heighten himself up to kiss Rose in one episode. That I do remember.
Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, there's another thing. He does have some martial... He does know Kung Fu. That's right.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so he does have some very good hand-to-hand combat, and last time I checked... Okay, I mean, then again, that to use against, say, ghost powers, even its human form... Unless he could really dodge it really well, I can't see him surviving an onslaught of basically ghost rays at you.
I feel like the only reason why Jake would win this fight is his durability. That's it.
Yeah. All right, so from what little we could find, there is some advantages on his end, but I really think Danny's got this in the bag.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm going with Danny. I can't go against Danny with what I have versus what I have for Jake.
Yeah. All right. I honestly think there's really not much we could add to this.
No, not with the information that we got.
Yeah. All right.
Like I said, I don't know if we said it, but this is basically like to inform you if you have no idea or if you're rusty on the information of these two.
Like fighters. We were.
Yeah, exactly. We knew Danny going into this. I was fuzzy on Jake.
I didn't even know Jake existed till this. I was like, who? Who's the American Dragon? What is this? Was this in China? Was this Damakos? What? Oh, this was in America. Okay, I did not. I missed this.
I was so excited for this fight, and then I looked at the information. I'm just like, well, this. Okay, I guess Danny. But I love Danny.
We feel like it might just be a repeat of Deadpool and the Mask. If anyone's seen that fight.
Oh my god.
Very straightforward. But who knows? Maybe yeah.
I wasn't as excited for a death battle since Mewtwo vs. Shadow for this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. And then I looked at the information. I'm just like, well, I'm sad.
Oh my god! How long ago was that one?
4 years ago.
I was about to say.
July 1st, about 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
To this day, I have still not used a spoon.
I have to watch that one again. I gotta watch a lot of those again.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess that's gonna be it for this episode. And we'll get back later once we have more information on the other fighters. And that's pretty much it. And do you have anything else to add?
No.
All right. So that's it. I'm Deviant Dario.
I'm Infinite One.
And you have a wonderful day.